You're listening to the Marriage Clinic Podcast, a podcast on love, marriage, and personal development. Our purpose is to inspire and equip you with knowledge and skills to enable you to have lasting and fulfilling relationships. Now, your host, Joshua Mogre.
Hello. Another Thursday, another marriage clinic, and I am here, your very own host, Dr. Joshua Mogre. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Today, wow, it's going to be something else. This is the Marriage Clinic Podcast, a podcast on love, marriage, and personal development. And my purpose, my plan, my agenda today is to assist you in having fulfilled relationships. And also, I want to help you navigate the issues around relationships. Today, I'm going to talk about an issue that really affects, I think it affects guys a little bit more than it affects ladies. And I can't wait to get started. So, please share this with friends, like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button, put in a comment, give us a 5-star rating, because the Marriage Clinic Podcast has come your way and we are going to have so much fun while we are going to learn so much today. So let's go. Come on, I'm giving you a few minutes to share this so that we can keep going. All right. I've noticed, so today I want to talk about proposing, telling a lady or a guy that you love them and you want to be in a relationship with them. And then I'm going to talk about accepting a proposal. I don't know if all of this will fit into one podcast. If it doesn't, then I'll continue in the next week. But let's see how it goes with the time frame that we have. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that Pastor Josh, Dr. Josh is on and it's time we get going. So today I'm talking about proposing to a lady or to a guy, how to go about it. All right? You see, I've seen great guys miss out on good relationships simply because of how they approach the lady. You see, it's one thing, and we talk about the entire process, get to know the person, be sure this is the person you want to date, pray about it, ask God about it. And sometimes, especially guys in the church, I grew up in the church, sometimes guys' approach is like, if it's God's will, it doesn't matter how I say it, it doesn't matter how I approach the situation, she's going to say yes and we are going to be married. Not so. Too many people have missed out on great relationships because they just didn't understand what they were doing and how they should have gone about it. But don't worry, your very own Uncle Josh is here today, and I'm going to see how best I can help you understand some of these things. Now, when I talk about proposing, I'm talking more with regards to a guy asking a lady out. I'm not talking about proposing marriage. I understand this will be watched in different cultures. Where I come from is Ghana, West Africa. If you propose to a lady, what we mean is you are asking her out. You are asking her to be exclusive. I'm not talking about the getting down on one knee with a ring to propose marriage. That's a whole nother ball game and something that is more Western. It's not too African. Well, a lot of Africans are doing it now, but it's more Western. But I'm just talking about asking a lady to be in a relationship with her and being exclusive. When I say proposing, that is what I mean. Now, I keep saying guy, because in most cultures, almost every culture, proposing is done, asking to be in a relationship is normally done by the man. Yes, hold your horses, ladies. Don't get angry with me. I know there are times that a woman ends up asking the guy out. In fact, I have a good friend. I was chatting with her sometime this week, and I know she asked her husband out. Okay? But in most cases, it is a man who asks a lady out. Now, let me answer that question that may be on mind. So you may be saying, well, Dr. Mogre, so if I am a lady and I like a guy, is it wrong for me to propose to the guy? I don't think it is wrong for a lady to propose to a guy, but I would advise any lady who wants to do it to approach with caution. First of all, for those who are looking at me funny when I say there's nothing wrong, we can look at the story of Ruth in the Bible, where Ruth goes to Boaz and lays at his feet, and more or less she asks to be his wife. So there's nothing wrong. There's no scripture per se that says a woman cannot ask a man out. But because of our cultures and the way we are and what we do, and because men more are normally the ones who pursue, it is more or less guys who normally ask ladies out. So there lies the question, can a woman ask a man out? And I say yes, but I would advise, for instance, if my kid sis came and told me, she said, Joshua, I like this guy. There's this guy I really like, and I think I want to be in a relationship with him. We're close. I'm not sure what he thinks. And I want to ask him out because I'm really crazy about him. I would tell her, I'll say, you know what? I nearly mentioned my kid's sister's name, but I'm not going to mention her name before she kills me. But I would say, approach it this way. Ask questions. For ladies, I believe you should ask questions instead of just going ahead to propose. Because sometimes there are some guys out there who either are not the forceful type, maybe by temperament, or they've been beaten down by so much rejection that sometimes they're a little scared to propose. So for ladies out there, I'm answering the question. And sometimes the guy could like you, but just feel he's so out of your league that he doesn't even want to attempt it. True story. When we were in secondary school, this guy will kill me for telling this story. When we were in secondary school, one of my very good friends, we're still very good friends to date. And for those who went to the same school with me, you would know who I'm talking about. But anyway, he liked the girl in the school. And when we graduated from school, he still liked it. And several years later, he met her and they were talking. She was like, how come you never asked me out? He was like, I was crazy about you, but I never thought you would say yes. So sometimes a guy does not ask a lady out because he's just afraid. He thinks the lady's out of his league. Maybe he sees so many guys around the lady, and the guys he's seeing around the lady seem to have much more than he does, either in the looks department or the money department or any other department. So he kind of feels like, nah, I'm not sure she's going to say yes. So there could be so many reasons. Temperament-wise, some guys are not just prone to asking a lady out. Bad experience-wise, fear, it could be anything. So let's say this guy, a lady is not sure why the guy is not asking her out. Now, here's the risk. If you go propose to him, there's a chance that he doesn't like you. And if you propose to him, you get rejected. So I prefer to tell ladies that ask some questions. What are some of the questions you can ask? Ask him. We seem to be hanging out a lot lately. And I mean, I've been with you on Monday. We've been chatting on the phone. We're good friends. Where is this leading? I mean, just that direct question. Where is this going? What's your plan? You know, it's just, yeah. And then he has to, I mean, you're putting him on the spot, but he then has to answer. If he said, oh, we're just friends, I see you like a sister, then you tune out. You know that, hey, this guy doesn't like me as much as I do. If he says, I'm not too sure, you need to drill down on that. But sometimes it gives him an opportunity. Another way you could put it forward or ask him is also to say, I started getting close to you and sometimes my emotions get mixed. I don't want to develop feelings for you if you are not looking at this whole thing like this, like I am. So can you tell me how you see us? Because I don't want to like you too much and get too attached and then get hurt. Trust me, if the guy likes you and you give him what we call in Ghana or in my generation, this scholarship, and he really likes you, he's going to go ahead and tell you. If he doesn't, and he starts saying, I'm not sure, it's complicated, I have someone in my life, then you can know that, okay. So I think those are ways ladies can ask a guy. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I just think when it comes to relationships, if the guy is always around you, he's spending a lot of time around you, you may want to find out from him where this thing is leading. And just make sure you're not just a seat warmer while he's waiting for the lady he really wants to be free. So then we're talking about proposing and accepting. Proposing and accepting. So guys, so let's say there's a guy called, maybe let's call him Selom. So let's say there's a guy called Selom who finds a lady called Winifred. Alright? And he wants to ask Winifred out. What should he do? Number one is have a plan. Guys, I'm giving you the playbook. Write this down, play by play. Have a plan. Have a plan. Take your time to think. One of the problems we have in this generation is we are so distracted by our phones, by moving fast, by doing different things that we don't sit to think. So take your time and think. Observe Winifred. What does she like? What doesn't she like? Remember, your good looks may not be enough because it is possible to most people you look good, but maybe she just doesn't like fair guys. Or maybe she just doesn't like tall guys. Or she was told all people of a particular tribe are players. So you just can't waltz in there feeling, oh, I'm a tall guy, I'm a nice guy, she's going to like me. It may not work like that. So you need to take a backseat and observe the lady in question. Find out her likes, find out her dislikes. Who are her friends? What does she love to do in her spare time? You taking the pains to observe her makes you know what you're getting yourself into. But if you're not observing her, if you just feel, oh, she's fine, I like her figure, I'm going to ask her out, that's how breakups start. A breakup starts from the day you propose. And a marriage starts from the day you propose. Damn, that's a quotable quote. You should write that down and put Joshua Mogre on that. It all starts from the day you propose. But if you're taking time to observe it, and that means you love the person enough to spend time, then number two, become her friend. Look, I've seen so many brothers crash and burn, and became banned because of this mistake. A guy meets a lady, right? Knows virtually nothing about her, and then he proposes to her. And then he gets a big no. Try to be her friend. And you see, in trying to be her friend, don't push yourself into the friend zone where you can never come out. So I'm not talking about painting her nails and sitting with her in the salon and chatting with her. No, I'm not talking about that kind of friend. But get to know her. Ask probing questions. Take her out a few times on a date. Take her out. Can we go have drinks? Can we go for a walk? Can I take you out to some fine dining? It doesn't always have to be expensive. But take her out, get to know her. Can we go watch a movie? And choose a good movie. Alright? Don't take her to a football match unless she's a football fan. So what do? You make sure that you get to know her. Become her friend for that period. Alright? Take her out a few times, get to know her, let her sense that you like her, but don't be too pushy. By the third and fourth time you're interacting with her, she must be like, does he like me? I'm getting the vibe he likes me, but hey, I'm not too sure. Because what that does, as you are trying to be a friend with her, is that she also now begins to look at you in that light and then can give you an answer when you ask her out. Okay? So I said number one, have a plan, observe her, get to know her, look at who her friends are. Number two, become a friend. Number three, if by this time you're now convinced, hey, I've got to know her, I'm taking her out on a couple of dates. Listen, in the past, I've taken ladies out on dates, and as we were talking on the date, I just realized that, excuse me to say, the lady was very shallow. You get what I'm trying to say? I ask you, like, what do you like doing? I just like sleeping. And then you ask, oh, what do you plan on doing in this direction? And by the time she had answered a couple of questions, I was already bored on the date. I mean, she looked good, but I was already bored on the date, and I couldn't imagine spending days and months with her. You understand me? So what you need to do is get to know the person. And when you are convinced you still want to go ahead, plan your proposal. Your proposal must be planned. Decide on how and when you want to ask her out. Rehearse what you want to say. Because there are times by the time the guy is finished, the lady is not sure. She said, what exactly are you asking me? Is it that you want to be my friend? You are like, you see, when two birds are flying in the sky and they crash and they fall to the ground, or some other stuff that say, you see, when a flower has its other, no, my brother. And I've heard crazy, especially from the spiritual brothers, they just come and say, God says you are my wife. Yeah, you may have heard God, but she didn't. So plan your proposal. Okay? Decide on how and when and what you want to say. How you want to say it, what you want to say, and when you want to say it. Rehearse what you want to say and be sure it makes sense. So say it to a mirror or say it to a recording on your phone. You may want to simply say things like, when can we talk? So that the time and place is scheduled. You say, there's something important I want to discuss with you. Let me know when we can talk. If she starts to give you the runaround when you say that, a lot of the times maybe she suspects you're going to propose and she knows she wants to say no. Ouch. That's okay. A bounce proposal doesn't mean the end of the world. Next one, presentation. Be careful about how you look and smell. How can you be proposing to a lady and your breath smells like, for heaven's sake, chew some gum. You are going to propose, you've walked, you are sweating, your clothes are hanging, you are looking, nah. You see, ladies are romantic people. So if you're going to propose, make sure you are looking on point. Go for a haircut, brush your teeth. Your clothes don't have to be new, but they should be neat. You should be smelling nice. You can come and borrow Uncle Joshua's perfume on that day. Come over to my house and Uncle Josh, I'm going to propose to a lady. Can I get some perfume? Like we used to do when we were in secondary school. Say, lift your hands, you know. All right? So presentation, how you put yourself forward, the confidence with which you put yourself forward matters. Don't go asking as if you are afraid. You are a man, for heaven's sake. Be bold. The answer could be no, but take it like a man. All right? Now, word of caution. Gauge her mood before you tell her you love her and blah, blah, blah. I mean, read the room. Some guys are so tone deaf. You get that the lady is looking moody. You ask her, she says, oh, I just spoke with my mother. We are having a problem. You say, oh, sorry about that. By the way, you know I love you. My brother, why? No. Gauge her mood. You may want to propose today, but she's not in a good mood. She's acting all shady. She just had the results from an exam and she's not happy. I failed my exams. I don't know what to do. Say, oh, don't worry. The future is bright. You know why the future is bright? Because I love you, my brother. You crash and burn. So gauge her mood before you tell her. All right? You love her and blah blah blah. Make sure she's in a good mood before you ask her. Preferably take her out to dinner, some romantic music, a stroll, some flowers if it's flowers she likes. But most African ladies don't really do flowers. So you're giving me flowers? What am I supposed to do with this? Some ladies like flowers, but if she doesn't like flowers, don't waste your time with flowers. Or you could take her for some Saturday watching. I mean, as it's a popular meal in Ghana, as you're eating the watch, or for some ice cream. Anything that you are doing that is helping her to see you in the right light is important. That's why, excuse me to say, the bad boys get all the girls and the good Christian boys Because, hey, he was holding a Bible under his armpit, standing at your gate when he proposed to you. And the other guy took you for dinner, took you for a nice movie. As he was driving back, he said to you, you know, we could be doing this all the time. You, me, and our kids at the back. A big difference in approach. All right? Then we come to, I think nearly the last one for this topic is keep your proposal brief and don't worry if you fluff your lines. Just speak from your heart. I really think I like you. I would like us to be in an exclusive relationship. When we find out where this leads towards marriage, I like you. I see my life spending the rest of my life with you. Maybe one of these days when you get to interview my wife, you could ask her what I said. But keep the proposal brief. Then now this is the important part. You are entering the dreaded part of all of this. You have to wait for an answer. Rarely do girls say yes immediately. A lot of the time they will say, I have to think about it. So if they say, I want to think about it, what should you be doing? Some ladies will give you an answer immediately. But a good number of them will not. They'll say, let me think about it. If she says, let me think about it, your question should be, how long do you need to think about it? Because you can't be held in purgatory forever. What was Bob Marley's song? He said, I don't want to wait in vain for your love. I know guys who have been waiting for an answer for 6 months. My brother, it's not a pregnancy, or it's not the birth of a child. You should also have a timeline in your mind. But ask her. She may say, I have an exam to write. When I finish with the exams, I'll give you an answer. Or give me a month, give me 2 weeks. Anything more than 3 months, I think you should be looking elsewhere. You get what I'm trying to say? But wait for the answer. While you're waiting for the answer, pray about it. Tell God, Lord, talk to her. Be friendly, but give her some space. No, not the next day. So what I said yesterday, what are you thinking? So what? No. Be friendly, but give her some space. You understand me? Be friendly and give her some space to think. Don't flood her with text messages, calls, notes, and more. This is a trying time in her life also. And try to assure her that you are strong enough to take a yes or a no. So what you do tell her is, look, I really want to hear a yes. It will mean the world to me. But if you also believe you can't say a yes, I'm not going to be upset with you. So be friendly, but keep a bit of a distance and get busy as you wait for an answer. If it happens that she says yes, after I've given you all these tips, after Uncle Josh has given you all these tips, right? If she happens to say yes, let's pop the champagne, send me a message, tell me that, Charlie, the playbook worked, the game plan worked. She said yes, send me a picture. I'll post your picture, new relationship, all right? If she says yes, great news. If she says no, it's not the end of the world. If she says no, that's fine. That's her loss. I'm consoling you. Maybe they know you deserved it, right? But if she says no, don't be insulting. Don't be angry. If you think you don't want to be checked into the friend zone, that's fine. If you can continue being a friend to her, that's also great. But if she says no, ask her why and then accept her no. I hope this has helped you. It's been a lot to process. This has mainly been for guys, but I'm sure it's benefited ladies as well. This is the Marriage Clinic podcast, a podcast about love, relationships, marriage, and your personal development. My name is Joshua Mogre. Follow me on all socials. Just look for Dr. Joshua Mogre on all socials. And it's been a pleasure, a great big pleasure, being with you today. It's in the evening here. It's getting to 9 o'clock. But it's been a great time here. And make sure you tune in for next week's podcast where I'm going to talk about what to do when a guy proposes. Man, that's going to be a fun one. God bless you. Take care.